Hey guys, welcome. Oh my god, my voice is going. I'll be fine though. Okay, sorry about that. Welcome back to Crystal Unfiltered Tarot. Let me just post the prices on here real quick. Let's see. Let me just post this real fast. Hi Michelle, how are you? I'm just paste. I'm just pasting this really quick. Okay, there we go. Hi, Shell. I didn't expect to see you here, honey. How's your vacation going? I was gonna text you tonight, but I know it's already getting late. Hi, Austin. If you could see me, you literally caught me right before shower and dinner. Yay! Okay, I'm waiting for Real to get on. He's already sent in for 2 questions, so we're gonna start with him. It's going great. It's hot. Oh yeah, for sure. It's got to be hot all day. Good thing. I like the hat that you wore. I got to see that picture. You looked really pretty in it. But I didn't know if it was like, did the hat help you to not get sunburned? We have had an amazing time, thank you, and miss you. I was just going to message you to say hi and send you pics. Yeah, send pics to me. Yeah, I was only gonna hop on for an hour tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go on during the day and during the night, and then Friday I'll go on at night too. I almost didn't come on, but I did. So yeah, if anybody wants to get a question, just send your payment and you will be next in line. Okay, Shell, love you. Go do your shower and dinner. Tell Austin I said hi and I love him. And then send me pictures when you're all done before you go to bed. Okay, let me text real quick. Real quick. There he is. Perfect timing, Real. Okay, thank you. Okay, Michelle Cornejo, I got your payment. So you will be after Andrew, or sorry, Real. I love seeing you online. It's like hanging out. I know, but you're working. Exactly. Okay, we're gonna get right to it. I don't know why I have socks on because it's hot as hell, and I can't turn the fan on because it makes too much of a noise. Okay, so I'm gonna get straight into Andrew's questions. So please, nobody think that I'm ignoring you. If I don't see what you're saying in the chat, it's only because I am timing myself um, on these readings uh, just to make sure that I'm giving each person the correct amount of time. um, until like one of the moderators come on and can do that for me. But other than that, exactly. Well, that's why I want to get this done right now, real or Andrew, because I could sense that this is an urgent question because I don't know how you made it till it's 10 o'clock at night where you're at. That would have bothered me so much all day. It's like, and obviously you didn't work together today. Shell, I know you sent me a text, but that's confusing me right now. I'm gonna have to read it when um I get off tonight. Okay? Okay, let me read what you sent me, Andrew, and then I'm gonna start with your questions. And my voice is like going out, so please don't think that it might sound like I'm being very matter of fact. I'm just trying to get the words out. Okay. All right, love you, Shell. I'll talk to you later. And you can stay listening if you want. All right, let me read your text and then we're going to go straight in. No, I will. Just after I'm off. That kind of, because what you just said kind of just like, gave me anxiety. Okay. I'll figure it out. That's fine. I read it. It'll be fine. Okay. Sorry, Andrew. Okay, let me just read this last message that you sent me really quick to myself. Did you send that? Did you send that text to her? Because I think that was great. I think that you got your message across. But what I think we need, no, you haven't? Okay. Let's do the reading and then if you feel that you should send that, I think it's good. I just think because I think that you are what you don't want to do is come across as being needy, but this is beyond needy. It hasn't been just an hour, even two, even three, like a long ass nap, or she went and ran errands and then came home and ate and then passed out. Like, there's a certain amount of hours to where you just cannot, there's no way that you could have unable, you were unable to respond to me or even reach out and say, hey, I'm super busy the entire day. No. So yeah, let's dig into it. So we're gonna do the first question. Let me call in spirit. Let me just make sure. Is this you that the text messages seem good? So okay. So here's where I'm actually feeling her talking. today you waited until I don't know why you have your timing like military timing. So I'm just trying to figure this out. It was at 2 in the morning that you guys like ended it on a good note. And then you waited until 5:23 p.m. to message her. Okay? So if I would have seen that you messaged her this morning, let's just say you slept in, let's give you that you slept in late, you went to bed after 2, let's just say you woke up at noon, okay? Then I'm going to give you an hour to like fully wake up, make something to eat, maybe have a coffee, and then reach for your phone, see if you have any messages. If you don't, then reach out. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that no matter what, yeah, I mean, if we're up late, we sleep in late. Like I have no I'm not saying that that's wrong. I sleep in whenever I want and I take naps whenever I want. You know what I mean? So like that's fine. But so you're saying you still texted her and she never responded. It's now so that was at 5:23. So it's basically been 5 hours that she has not responded in. Cuz when you wrote the message today, she should have responded to the message because, like we had talked about, if you text her something that does not require a reply or a response, then I can understand her not texting. But what you did was start up a conversation that you had already obviously talked about. And then when you figured it out about the Italian, you told her that you would expect that she would respond, um, definitely saying like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." Not a lot of people are 100% Italian. You know what I mean? Like that's actually I'm not gonna say rare, but like it's really cool actually. So you would think that she would comment on that. And then you think she would be like, how's your day been? I slept in. And then you would have said, like, I slept in too. And then you guys would have been texting. So I completely understand why you are annoyed and why this keeps happening. So let me just get to your question. All right. So the first question is so Jeremiah Samantha, please come into this reading for Andrew, aka Real, however I say his name, and then bring in Lee so that I can ask Lee these questions, so that I can get into her head and get the last got back to me at 3 a.m. What I don't understand is she's supposed to be big on communication. Right. This entire relationship from start to now has been that she's big on communication, but she's not good at communication. There she's she's constantly kind of testing you throughout this entire time, saying like, "Oh, you should pretty much read my mind," right? And it goes back to that day that she canceled the date and then 2 hours later wanted you to show up at her house, and it's like this testing of like, you should know what I want, you should know what I need, you should know what to say. And it's like, no, I don't read minds, and I'm not going to read yours. If you want to communicate something to me, be an adult and do so. And so she does make things all about communication, but you rise to the level where she's at and you've done everything she's asked. So now it comes down to, are you getting what you need out of this relationship? So we'll do the first question. I'm starting the time. I'm doing a time clock. All right. The question is, why is Lee taking the whole day to get back to me and I feel like I'm being ignored? We're always on our phones. There's like no way unless something happened. Exactly. Unless you had a car crash. Let me say this. I had a date scheduled 2016 July 26th at 6 p.m. I think it was 7 p.m. I left to do something at 4 o'clock. I got into a car crash, but if you saw the car, you would think I was dead. At the, like, they get me out of the passenger side window because they couldn't get me out of the car, put me into a paramedics, drive to the hospital like it's fucking Grey's Anatomy with 20 people coming to my aid and doing MRIs. And I still had the respect to, like, even though I'm like just had this horrible accident and I shouldn't even care about this guy. It's a first date, for God's sakes. I still asked my mom to get my phone number, find his number, call him, and let him know I am in the hospital and that I will not be able to do the date. You have to have respect for people in general. So I don't like it. I don't like this is the first thing that has like kind of gotten me annoyed with her. So I'm gonna start the clock. This is a question straight to her. So it's not gonna be Spirit. Spirit will interrupt me if they need to add anything, or if Spirit thinks she is lying about anything she's telling me what the answer is, or Spirit will correct her. So trust me, I can zone into this. The first thing I hear is playing games. Dude, I just said that and you just wrote that. I literally said I just heard Spirit, not her. Spirit say playing games. And I look at what you wrote. Yes, it's bothering me a 10. I don't like games or tests. She's game playing, buddy. All right, let me start. Because we all have our goddamn phones on us. The only things that, even in an emergency, it takes 10 seconds. There's no reason for it. Okay, let me do this timer. Here we go. All right, I'm starting. Okay, Lee. Lee, Andrew wants to know, why haven't you texted him this entire day? Like I said, I am not ignoring anybody who is writing in the chat. I am just focusing on this time to get the answer. So here we go. So Lee, I'm going to start with you first. Tell me the reason why you have not A, sent Andrew a text all day, and B, when he texted you, it's now been almost 5 hours and you still have not. sent him a text. Why? What's the reason? Oh my God. See, okay, so see, spirit comes in and they start talking. They tell me the words, or they show me the words, or they. So Spirit Jeremiah was like, she's more high maintenance than she lets on, and it's not about her looks. It's, I mean, yes, she's high maintenance as far as looks, but she's high maintenance as far as needing attention. And when it's not all pouring just from you, mm-hmm, right. So yeah, they're saying like she's being high maintenance. She's kind of playing this game and testing you to see like, oh, is he like, if he hasn't heard back from me. So now she's talking and she's like, well, if he hasn't heard back from me, then he should have texted me again. No, absolutely not. So let me pull some cards. It's like the amount of communication, the amount of text that you send to her equates to how much you care about her, which is complete bullshit, right? We're in this 50-50, 100-100. We're doing this together. Yes, the man is the pursuer, and you have proved that you pursue her. So why is she making trouble or hardships when there doesn't have to be? Seriously? Because that's why they made it very clear. High maintenance, you first think of, the hair, the makeup, the nails, the lashes, the clothes, right? So yeah, but they're like, no, it's a different high maintenance. It's a high maintenance of needing the attention and equating how often you communicate to her first equates to her how much you care. And that's not true. If she wants it, but she won't say it. Exactly. She wants you to be a mind reader. And dude, I'm a mind reader, but not in relationships. I'm not going to know. When it's something about me, I'm not that intuitive, you know? Okay, let me pull some cards. All right, why haven't you texted Andrew back today? Or at all? So A, at all, and B, when he texted you today, why haven't you responded? She keeps wanting to show me the Two of Cups. I fucking say that, and it comes up again. It's not coming out, but it's in the pre-shuffle. I've seen this card 6 times. I can be obsessive, but I hold back. Oh my God. So I'm just going to let it come out. So here you go. So the Two of Cups to the Eight of Wands is exactly what I just said. You communicating, because Eight of Wands is communication. This is texting, this is calling, this is seeing each other in person. This is all communication. The Two of Cups is how much does he care based on how much is he trying to communicate with me. And then it shows that she's doing this because she's scared that she has feelings for you that are growing fast, and that she is testing you and playing a little game right now because she is afraid of getting hurt, when she doesn't realize that her actions of doing nothing is what is going to get her hurt. Eventually, you're not going to like how it feels to wonder all the time. And if this continues, on it and becomes consistent, you're going to end it like that. And something I think you need to tell her in your next very vulnerable, straight up communication when you talk next, not if it's at work, I'm saying your next private conversation where you have time to go back and forth, I think that you need to say, I am willing to, you know, care for you. You don't want to use the word love. I am willing to care for you and pursue you the way you need to be pursued and cared for. But I am not a mind reader and I'm not going to guess. And it honestly affects me and makes me feel, I mean, it makes people feel crazy when you're like, we just hung up last night. We texted, everything was great at 3 a.m. And then the next day, I hear nothing from you. Why? That is weird. That, but I mean, it's showing like because she has so many feelings for you, she's scared she's going to get hurt. So, what she's doing is acting like the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody kind of cold and calculated. And I know she's not truly like that. I know she's a much nicer girl than where the energy is happening here. Yeah, I haven't been this anxious before. She has trouble expressing herself. So I think what I was trying to say, when you guys have that conversation, you need to say, I know you need X, Y, and Z, and all you have to do is tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. But I need you to do the same thing. Because when you do things like this, it makes me back off and it makes me want to reevaluate why you're doing this because it doesn't feel good to be ignored or to feel rejected. And when we were in such a good spot just the night before, that is not okay. And I think that it's okay for you to be honest with her and say, if this continues to happen, I will leave. I will exit this exclusivity relationship. Okay. It's like, I need you to say to her, we can never move forward if you're constantly scared and holding back. We can never get to that point where we fall in love and we are boyfriend and girlfriend and we have a strong relationship. She's making it very difficult. I'll say that. She's making it difficult on you. I've never seen somebody have to have the man work so hard to prove that he's honest and wants the person. So I know I'm already at my 10 minutes. It's about to go off. So let me just ask point blank, other than playing games and wanting, look, again, the Knight of Cups, she wants to be pursued romantically by you. Well, you did. You sent her a text today and she didn't respond. So this is what, like, you're doing everything right, yet she's making you feel not good. And then you start thinking, should I even send any texts? Like, what is going on? Or is she just responding to be nice? Like, I don't want somebody like that. So, okay, give me 4 to 5 cards on why you haven't contacted Andrew today. Okay, so my timer just went off. I have 2 minutes. Hold on real quick. Why haven't you contacted him today? Oh my God, she's completely, wow. I mean, it's just the exact same thing. bullshit. Okay. So I'll finish with showing you. Yeah, I haven't been this. Oh, okay. First card, Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups means that she has things to do. She's going to say, her excuse is going to be, oh my God, I was so busy today. Okay, but guess what? I don't care what you're doing. Like me, for example, I went with my mom to run errands today. When I am with my mom, I don't look at my phone. Okay, so if we're gone for 2 hours, that would be why somebody wouldn't hear from me, right? But once I get home and I'm settled, the first thing I do is look at my phone. If I'm asleep, okay, I don't look at my phone, but when I wake up, I do. So it's like, how is she, like, let's say she woke up at noon or one, let's say 1 p.m. and now it's 10:30, 9.5 hours. You've been too busy. No, it's just an excuse. So the Five of Wands is next. The Five of Wands is, especially with this, it's one of two things. Okay, it's either she wants you to fight for her attention, which means she wanted you to text a second time, which is ridiculous. You shouldn't have to double text. Now, if I was looking into somebody and they had a question about if somebody was faithful, and I got these two cards, what I would see is that the Seven of Cups is having other options, and the Five of Wands is competition. Like, at first glance, I would think that this would mean her attention was elsewhere and that she does communicate with guys. I don't think we're going to look into this in the next question, but I don't think that there's anybody romantic. But I feel like she almost wants you to think there is. Because she has so many fears of relationships. So that Tower to the Four of Wands is like, I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. I'm going to blow this thing up before you can do it. Um, and so it's almost like, I don't know if it's subconscious for her or if it's conscious for her, but she does know that by not contacting you, if that was reversed, she would have a hissy fit. Because I literally just asked her in my brain, how would you feel if this was reversed? If you reached out and he didn't even write you back, and it's been 5 hours and he didn't, you know what I mean? Like, what if this was turned around? She literally like showed me like a kid stomping on the ground, like she would have a hissy fit, a tantrum, and and she's just got a little bit of a bratty side. I have a bratty side, and I'm 43 years old. So like I know how women feel when they feel insecure in the relationship. There's something that she is needing in this relationship that she's not getting. That doesn't mean that you are not doing your best. It's that she's just not being clear on what she needs. And I also think that she's not listening to what you need. So I do think you guys need to find a time, not at work, maybe on a date night, maybe not, but it can't be through text. And it needs to be very honest and straightforward that her behavior is almost childlike and that you are really being patient with her and trying to go at her speed and do everything her way, meet her where she's at because she can't meet you at where you're at, is what you said. So then it also, I know I'm way over on time. This is it. I'm ending it. I got three more cards. The other reason why she has not texted you is the Emperor to the Ace of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords to the Four of Swords. So this is one of two things again. The Emperor is about taking action, and then the Ace of Pentacles would be sending a text. The Knight of Swords would be quickly. So I'm going to use the pendulum really quick. Is this her, or is this what she wants you to do? Okay, so Lee, is the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords, is this what you're going to do? Nope. Is this what you want Andrew to do? Okay, now it's a circle. Now it's a yes. I knew it. Fucking knew it. This means even though you texted her 5 hours ago, she wants you to text her again before bed, before you guys go to bed. This is ridiculous. And then the Four of Swords is that her little excuse is going to be either I was swamped, I was so busy. She could also say she was super right, unnecessary arguments. Or she's going to say she was in bed all day, she didn't feel good. It feels like I'm starting one. Ugh. Well, no. You don't have to start one because I don't think you guys should talk about this until you're in the right setting. So no, I would not. I agree with you not to start an unnecessary argument. If it would make you feel better, because this is showing me like she is either, because the Four of Swords is usually a break. I'm not going to, but I know when I send that message, I know she's going to get defensive. Oh, I think that you should decide then, weigh it out. If you should wait it out, maybe not send it tonight, maybe wait it out a little longer, like go to sleep. Don't send anything because I think that the message, because this could be spirit saying go to bed because this is about taking some space. I honestly think spirit thinks that you should just go to bed without sending that text. And if she texts you while you're still awake, then cool. If she doesn't, I think that it will tell you a lot if you wait until tomorrow because you did what you were supposed to do. You sent her a text today. Period. You're in the right. She's in the wrong. I would be, if I were you, I would not send it because then I feel like she's going to, yeah, it's already showing me she's going to get defensive. She's going to project that onto you. She's going to gaslight you. She's going to say, right. She's going to say, like, oh my God, you need too much. I say don't send that. And especially, I say don't send anything tonight. Act like it wasn't a big deal, but take note of if this happens again. Like, take note, take a mental note that you do not deserve this. And if it happens again, then you'll mention it. Because I think you're right that it could come across as needy or a bitch. because I think that she'll just turn it around on you and be like, you don't even know what I was doing today. And then whatever excuse she uses, blah, blah, blah. So, Spirit with that Four Swords is saying, go to bed. She wants to get a text from you. It's already fucking 10:39. Don't send a message this late. And definitely don't send that message. I say wait till tomorrow, and then in the future, have a productive conversation about communication. At least, I would like to hear from you once a day at least, just for safety reasons. If she does get back to me, I'm not going back to her until tomorrow. Yes, perfect. Okay, we're gonna go to your next question. 1000%. If Michelle's still here, you're gonna be after Real's next question. I can also text you if you're not on here and let you know when it's your turn. I think you're right. I agree with you. Don't send shit to her tonight. If she does send you something, don't respond. Wait till tomorrow and then look at it as a new day. Don't take any hostility out on her. Shut up. Dude, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, hi Michelle, and the Knight of Swords. That means that somebody needed to buck up, and then with the Ace of Pentacles, reach out by sending the other a text, and the Knight of Swords is quickly. So that's what she just did. I can't wait till she says why. I can't wait till I hear what her excuse is. Okay, I'm going to do your yes or no question. And it is, so this is, the next question is Lee. Do you have anybody in the background that you talk to, hang out with, that Andrew is not aware of? So I'm going to just do a straight up yes or no. Okay, I will read your message as soon as I'm done with this question. So is this what we're doing now? No, Andrew, don't do it. Send me what she wrote you and I'll tell you what to write her back. Do not. Listen to me. Don't do that. Don't you do it. That's causing an unnecessary argument at night. Right before you guys go to bed. Absolutely not. Don't do it. Okay, yeah. Michelle, I'm getting your text and I will read it. Well, hey, I'm sassy too, and you have every right to feel this way. Okay, let's see though. Lee, is there anybody in your life in the background, whether it's a girl, a guy, I think he means a guy, that you talk to, hang out with, that Andrew doesn't know about? All right, see, I did trust, that's a no. I did trust that she is not romantically speaking to anybody, but let me do the yes or no with details. So I'm going to do the 5 minutes. Let me start the 5 minutes. Let's see what we can find out here. The question is, Lee, do you have somebody in your life that Andrew isn't aware of? Is there somebody in the background that is making you be distant, or I love the sassy side. The sassy side. Hell yeah, be sassy. No, don't do that. Because that is what's gonna make you look like a little bitch. Because that's something I would say. So this is what we're doing now. But guess what? That's me ready for an argument. That's me ready for a fight. That's me all fueled up, ready to go. The tension is rising, and I'm ready to, like, I know I'm gonna win this argument. Period. Done. But you are in this, the timing of the relationship, like where you're at in it, is a very vulnerable time period because it's either going to continue and get better or it's going to get rocky and end. Right now, it's too much of a risk to come at her like that because once you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you can do that. Yes, you are dating, and yes, you guys should have open communication. I just think you should save that for like the future because that's my attitude too. Like, oh, okay. So you did that another day when I didn't text you. You didn't text me all day. Then last night we were fine. And then today I text you and this is the first I'm hearing from you. Hell no. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Just answer it. Yep. Just answer yes or no because, oh no, don't send it. No, never mind. Don't. I just sent you what she said, and I honestly thought about doing the same thing she does, but another day. Mirroring, but I think you shouldn't respond. It's 11. It's 11 o'clock at night where you're at. Just go to bed. There's not much more you guys can say. You, when you wake up, can immediately respond to that, and then you guys can go back and forth and text all day tomorrow. That's my advice. She waited and she waited and she waited because she was like, I'm making him double text me. So you know what? Good job. You held out. You did such a good job holding out. Um, and that's why she reached out to you because in all honesty, she knows what she was doing was playing games and it was wrong. And you don't treat people like that. Okay, this is just let me just pull a few cards for that the yes or no question. Is there anybody that Andrew should know about that you hang out with? See, she's like, I'm not answering that question. Or she goes, I already answered that question. There's nobody. There is no guy that I like. There's nothing there. And she's like, I want to express how I'm feeling about this, about the whole um, texting. She's like literally cutting in and going, nope, I'm deciding on that answer. We already answered it. No, there's nobody here. She's in the Nine of Swords energy, and I think you are too. So before she texted you, the Nine of Swords energy is like she wasn't going to be able to fall asleep with without she was so you were looking at your phone all day wondering why she wasn't texting you back and vice versa. And she was hi love, and she was not responding. But like after this long, she was like, well, he should have. She was waiting. Yay! I'll be on tomorrow, love. I'm not going to be on long tonight. So definitely, I'll get on when you could get on tomorrow. Just text me what time that will be so I can prepare for that. I always love your questions and your energy in the chat. Okay, but long story short, time is running out. She she couldn't go to sleep. Okay, yeah, that's a little late. If it's around 7, just as soon as you can, just text me, okay? Okay, so my timer's done. My timer's done. Okay, but basically, she's in the Nine of Swords energy, which means she has a lot of anxiety, and I think that these are just like communication and relationship, like like she's seeing what happens when she like tries to play the games or put it on you to text her, because you did text her. And I think that she was like, well, when he didn't get a response out of me within a couple of hours, he should have reached out again. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I think that she texted you finally because she finally folded. It's a good thing I didn't say anything, because I'm remembering I said I will be matching communication level. So you already told her that, right? Perfect. I think that don't respond tonight, because then she knows that you have your phone right here, just like she did all day. I remember you saying that. That's good. Okay. So she's had her phone right next to her all day. That you're not happy with her right this minute. So I would literally let her wonder, just like she made you wonder, until tomorrow. And then when you wake up, I wouldn't wait till 5 o'clock at night. When you wake up, I would reply to what she said, because she kind of, you could tell that she was annoyed, or that she was expecting more, or that she was expecting you to text her earlier. Because if I saw what you said in that text and I'm just your friend, I would be like, no way, that's so cool. Not a lot of people are 100% Italian. And I was watching my show, New Jersey Housewives, last week, and Teresa was saying that she's 100% Italian. That's so cool. But instead, she kind of gave you the cold shoulder response of, oh, on your paternal side? Like, that's it? That's all you're going to respond to me after you haven't talked to me all day? Hell no. So please, just go to bed. Put your phone on silent. Go to bed, or do what you want to do until it's time for you to go to bed. Mirror her. But tomorrow, I think you should start out by being the first one to respond. And honestly, all you have to write is yes or no. But I do think that if you want a response, that you need to say yes or no, whatever the answer is, if it's paternal, and then say, how was your morning so far? Or how was your day so far? Leave it with a question, because that puts it then on her. And if she doesn't respond, the only reason women don't respond is if you don't leave it open. Like if you're not asking a question, or you're not keeping the conversation going. If you just said like I'm headed to the store. Okay. Like that. Okay. That's it. You get what I'm saying? Okay, moving on to Michelle. Let me Michelle, are you here? Love, I am not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get through these readings because I hopped on late. So maybe if I hop on by 7 tomorrow, love, do you think that maybe by 7:30 you'll be able to be, well, let's hope for 7:30. I'll get on by 7 and then I'll stay on. Okay. I mean, you don't have to be home at that time. But because I have a roommate, I don't like to be on later than 8. So I'm gonna go over right now, because I did talk way too much in those readings, but when I feel like they need to hear it, then I just go overtime. But so yeah, think of your questions tomorrow. Um, have a good night tonight. I know that you just got off of work. Um, so love you, love. And Michelle, we're starting now. Let me read your text. Thank you, thank you, Andrew. I hope that it helped you. I really hope I helped you in a way because you're doing everything right. Like you are doing such sweet things, and I will text you when I get off. If you're still awake, respond. If you're not, respond tomorrow. But I want to tell you the things that I've noticed that you have done. Just mentioning things you've done with her or for her that I think are very sweet. And just not to lose focus on that she's just testing you out to see how far she could push you or to see if she doesn't message you if you'll keep trying to love bomb her. The last thing you want to do is become a love bomber. You know what I mean? Okay, so thank you. Okay, let me read your message. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Jeremiah and Samantha come into this reading for Michelle. Okay, your text is going to take me a couple of minutes to read. So give me just a minute. I will read it to myself. Okay. Dang, you were doing all that shit? I'm only halfway through. That's what I got last time when you said the three things. I haven't finished reading it, Michelle, but I am talking to you. When they were at the store or running errands or whatever it was, the things he said were not negative. They were all positive and they were all losses. So they were positive, but they were like, it felt like he was like sad that like he didn't have you anymore and like he's realizing what he's missing because when you would be there you would make dinner and you would um clean do laundry and stuff like that. And so I think that it is a good sign that he is like reminiscing and think and saying these things out loud because I also automatically feel spirit saying that Chris knows that I'll just call her G, talks to you. So it's like he knows that this is going to get to you at some point. And if it's all nice things, it's like I don't know. I think I would be confused if I were you, right? I'd be confused like is he done with me but he just misses everything I did for him or is he saying these things because now he realizes everything I've done for him and now he misses me? Like I would be like which one is it? Right? Like it would be so confusing and heartbreaking. So let me read the last half. Oh, wow. I'm at the part where you're saying what she said to him. It was time. He said it was time. There's like legit pictures, like in frames of you, shut up. I don't think most people do that. To me, I haven't finished it, but to me, if my picture is in my man's house, I must be doing something damn right. Because to me, people that have been in a relationship for a year that are scared to like commit and like call each other boyfriend and girlfriend, they won't even like change their status on their social media. Okay, so 3 pictures of you in his home. That's 3 more than I've ever had, except for my ex husband. You know what I mean? So to me, like, that's big. Okay, let me read the last part. Sorry. I'm glad that G is standing up for you. I hope that part is all true. House was a mess. He was doing dishes that hadn't been done for some time. Oh my god. Ooh. Wait, you believe it is? But wait, what did I say? I believe it is. Oh, like how like serious it has to be. Okay, I like that she's asking him these questions. Okay. Have you been on any dating apps? Are you talking to anybody? No. You mentioned something about maybe in September. Okay, good. Michelle, that's so good. I'm glad she is. She knows that because when you use the words, I think you said like threw her away. Oh, get rid of her. It made me feel of like, yeah, like she's not just saying like, why did you end things with her? Like she is on your side saying like, no, you disposed of her. You got rid of her. You rejected her. You kicked her out. Based on what? You gave her no, you gave her, number one, no knowledge of this was even stirring in his head. In his head, he gave you no notice. Exactly. Then blows up a normal weekend that you would be there. Blows it up. You go home. The next day he says, come back, grab your stuff, and leave. And since then, this seems like he's trying to act like this is his permanent decision. But if it is, why are you missing so much about you? Why is he missing so much stuff about you? Why are your pictures still up? If I kicked out a guy and I told him to leave, you don't think the first thing I would get rid of would be those pictures? I wouldn't throw them away if that person meant something to me, but I would put them up in the closet. I would put them in a box and I would put them up on a shelf in either the garage or your closet or wherever you have space to walk around his home, one in the bedroom on the nightstand and 2 in the living room, and walk by and see your face. That's just nuts. Okay, let me finish reading it and then I'm going to answer your question. What is this September shit? Okay, so here's your question. I want to know what is in his soul. Is this completely over? That's what I thought you were going to ask. Okay. Is this completely over between us? Am I wasting my time hoping he reaches out? Does he want me to just forget him and move on? Okay. So I am doing timed readings now. I know I'll probably go over a little bit, but at least you sent me all of that knowledge, the text, so that I can, so that I, in spirit, have a general idea of what's going on. I'm going to bring in, so Jeremiah and Samantha, please come into this reading for Michelle Cornejo. And also, I need to bring in Chris. First, let me set the clock. But basically, because I have to kind of sum it up, because there's like 4 questions, but I'll try to sum it up. You want to know in his soul if this is completely over. Are you wasting time hoping he reaches out? Does he want me to just forget him and move on? So basically, we just need to see, is it over or is there a chance? And I am crystal unfiltered for a reason. I speak the truth. If I see something that might hurt you, once again, I tell you this all the time, I would just want permission to be able to speak freely. I hope that I don't see something that will hurt you, but if it's the truth, I have to tell you the truth. Okay? So let me do the timer. So Chris, come forward because I am asking you this question for Michelle. Permission. I just want the truth. Okay. All right. So I want to pull some cards. All right. I'm going to ask Spirit. Spirit, do you think that Chris still wants to be with Michelle? It doesn't mean that he's going to be, but I want to know, does he want to be? Okay, so that's a yes. We're going to start with a few pendulums. So to get into his soul, I'm already through his mind and through the throat chakra to the heart chakra. And because I have done readings, now we've done quite a few. So I feel like I can more easily tap into his soul. So we'll have to dig a little bit with the cards, but I just want some simple yes or no's. So look at how it's shaking. Can you see that? It's hard to see. So I am not moving it at all. He is shaking the chain. The chain, when it shakes, means that the person I am asking questions is very nervous or very anxious, okay? So I asked Spirit, does he still in his heart want to be with you? Now I'm going to ask him. Okay, here we go. Chris, whether or not you're going to be, do you still have feelings of wanting to be back in a relationship with Michelle? That's another yes. All right. One more. Let me think of one more. Are you planning to ever contact Michelle again? Wow, he is not answering. Look at it. It's deadlocked. Deadlocked. Answer the fucking question. When people try to lie to me, or because that's what happens, because I'm speaking to them, I'm inside their body. I mean, I'm in their head, I'm in their heart, I'm in their soul. So I know when they're lying, and they will try to lie. So when he was shaking it, he's nervous. Okay, so it's showing that like whether or not you guys get back together, does he have feelings of wanting to be back together? The answer was yes. Spirit said that the answer was yes. So I'm going to ask Spirit because it's deadlocked. He wouldn't answer. Spirit, Jeremiah, do you think that Chris will ever contact Michelle again? And this is why I love Spirit. That's a yes. Spirit knows him more than me. Okay? So now that we have those answers, we can start digging with the tarot cards. So I think I want to ask, just point blank, give me like 4 or 5 cards, Chris, on whether or not you want to get back together. They already showed yes, so I think what I want to see is, like, I need to give Michelle an answer on whether or not she should give up on you, or yeah, see, because you are coming up as the 9 of Swords energy, so your energy is very heightened. It's 9 of Swords is very difficult. A lot of insomnia, nightmares, dreams, anxiety, depression, your mind going a mile a minute thinking about things. So you're not in a good place. And so we need the answer. Okay. So what do you plan to do? I know you would like to be back with her, but like, are you going to get back with her? Just straight up. Are you going to get back with her? Oh shit. Okay, I have a question. Did G say anything to him about the one woman? Like, did she call him out? Because that's coming out. He is scared to contact you because he thinks that you know that he wasn't there overnight that night, home. He wasn't home overnight. He is scared to death. He is missing you. He is wanting to see you. Oh, in the card. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. So you pretty much said, I know you weren't here. I know where you were. Okay. So he is terrified of what that means to you. So basically he's saying, I started a fight with Michelle back at the beginning of this, right? Because I had this moment of indecency. He's saying, like, I had a moment of, wow, this is weird. He goes, remember how she was at my house as usual every weekend? But that weekend, I was getting very annoyed and I felt like we were on top of each other. And then he goes, and during that, I wasn't giving her any attention. And what went through my mind, which normally doesn't, is that I realized that I was very bored in my life. And that is when, that doesn't mean he was bored with you. Don't take it that way. He himself looked at himself and said, I'm this age. I've never been married. I've never had kids. I have this woman who loves me. I should be super happy. And I think that his mind just went to the dark side of like, I'll give you an example. The last guy that I dated that was like a normal guy, um, he cheated on me weekly, okay? And I asked him in the end, like, of course we broke up when I found out 2 years later that he had been doing it every week with his ex-wife, who is now my good friend that lives next door. We became good friends. Um, but long story short, I asked him, why'd you do it? Like, why? What did you need from her or anybody that I couldn't give you? And he was like, it had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with her. I just felt this euphoric, like euphoria of like putting myself in a situation where I could get caught by you. And that risk was the risk outweighed, I'm trying to think. The risk outweighed what would happen between him and I. He wanted that feeling of excitement and danger because he lived a very boring life. He was sober. There was nothing wrong with that. I don't drink, but I'm not sober because I don't have a drinking problem. I just don't really like alcohol. But he was sober. He would work all day, come home and do video games all night. It was weird. He was weird. Looking back now, like I'm so glad I found out that he was cheating because he was not the right person for me. Um, and I learned that the hard way, but like he didn't care. Um it was that he said that just that almost like wanting to be caught. So where I'm trying to go with this, I think someone he used to see sexually as here or there girl reached out that weekend. Yes, exactly. I do too. That's exactly what happened. So I think that while you were there and he was like on his devices, on his phone, kind of being distant, you could tell that he was acting distant. Um, and I think that this just, when she messaged him, he kind of had this, he's showing me like a flash, like a vision, a flash, a moment before his eyes that said, you're this age, you've never been married, you've never had kids, like you could just be with Michelle forever. And then he kind of got this weird feeling of like, I want something more exciting, I guess. So when she messaged him, because it was only going to be sexual and it wasn't going to be emotional or mental, it was just going to be physical, and that was it. Exactly, the ego stroke. That's why I think he blew up the tower, blowing it up, breaking it up, telling you to leave so that he could go spend a day or two with her and then come back. And I think that his thought was that he was going to get away with that and that nobody would know. And then when you figured it out, and then you found out like the name of the person and blah, 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 and you left the card, I think that that is what derailed him from contacting you, which I think you did the right thing. I would have done it too. I would have shown up there. I would have called. I would have left a card. I thought the card was genius. So I think you did everything right. And since then, you have not reached out. at this point, you want to know that if he and you work things out, that it's not going to be temporary. That's why you need to, I know it's devastating, heartbreaking, but you have to you need to be with somebody who wants to choose you every single day. It's a daily decision. And so it's showing that like he is scared to confront you. Um he thinks it's going to turn into a big argument about him pursuing that other woman and cheating with the 7 of Swords, and that he, because you found out and you let him know that you knew in that card, um, the 6 of Wands, or sorry, the 6 of Swords was no longer an option for him. For him, the 6 of Swords was gonna be, I went over there for one night, I hooked up with the chick, it was exciting. Now I go, the next day I go to work, I go home, and I go back to my life and pick up where I left it, which was that he was going to most likely contact you um, that weekend. But I think getting the card, it the desire was the 6 of Swords, which means never let anybody know, keep it a secret, um, let it go, right? And the justice comes out because you did find out you had the knowledge, so you confronted him in that card. And I think that now he's like, why would she take me back after that? But honestly, I truly believe that all you guys need is to sit down together, have a very Ace of Swords kind of talk. Okay, let me see. How long has it been since you haven't reached out? Okay, we are way over, but I will look into that real quick. I'd have to show up there. Okay. But it's been like a week and a half, right? Has it been like a week and a half, 2 weeks? Here's the thing. Spirit is saying the only way you will get back in this relationship is if you and him are ready. Okay. If Spirit is literally showing me that you two have to have the exact same mindset and the heart set, meaning that you want to have a meeting of the minds. If you cannot have a meeting of the minds in person and one of you freaks out on the other or turns it into a fight or gaslights the other, it's done for good. So when you decide to possibly show up at his place, you need to go there with no ammunition. You like literally no ammunition. You would need to go there not to like get on bended knee and beg for him back. He should be doing that towards you. But you can't go there in attack mode. You can't go there. You can only go there to see if you and him can get on the same page and come to the same conclusion. Okay, so that was the end of the reading, but I will check if you should show up at his house. Okay, so I'm gonna ask him, okay, first. Chris, would you be open to answering the door if Michelle was to show up at your house one of these days? Would you open the door at this point and let her in? Okay, so it says no. I don't know what his problem is. I do think you should do that. Start with a nice card. He Here's the deal. He doesn't want to answer the door and let you in. Number one, he's more of a private guy, so he doesn't really want to be startled or like he says that he wants a plan, right? Like he doesn't want just to hear a knock at the door and not be prepared um to have a talk that he's not ready to have a talk with. So I think that is a good idea. If Tuesday is his birthday, you get a nice card, you write, don't write like I forgive what you did. We'll talk, me and you will text about what you should write in the card. Tomorrow I will text you, but it needs to be just like very caring and loving and kind and not combative and not alarming and not passive aggressive or aggressive. So, yes, I would say that's a good start to remember his birthday. And I don't know, you can mail it or you can drop it off. But I do see that if you were to knock on the door, he'd probably do the same thing he did last time. If he gets a nice card and he sees that you have honored what he asked you, which was space and a breakup, I think that you have done it long enough, plenty long enough, for him to finally say, hey, come over. I'm not promising anything, but I am okay to talk. I like that. Okay, yes. How about we decide that? I'll look into that tomorrow if you should drop it off early in the morning or give it to G to drop it off. So I'll look into that tomorrow. It's really late right now, and my roommate does not like me on here after 8 because it's her room's right next to mine. So I'm gonna get off now. But I will text you about what you no, don't never say sorry. Michelle, never, 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 never say sorry. It's just me explaining why. Because I don't want to be like seeming like I'm abruptly ending your reading. You know what I mean? But the reading was really good. I think that he truly does care about you. And I think that he does know that there isn't going to be another Michelle that's going to come his way. And I think that he is starting to, in the beginning, it was like, I made the decision. I made her leave. She showed up in my house. I told her to go. She left me a card telling me that she knew what happened. So he has all of this animosity. And then all of a sudden, you did exactly the right thing. You were strong and you've made no contact for like 2, 3 weeks now. And so to me, that's huge. To me, that's long enough to break the ice. Today is what, Wednesday? Tuesday is another week away. So that's like, um, so that, so that's like, sorry, that's like almost 4 weeks. You get what I'm saying? And as long as it's nice, and we'll talk about like maybe, hi Shaylee, Michelle, maybe think about what you want to write and send it to me. And like I do this with my best friend, like, oh, should I send this? Oh no, take out that sentence right there. Say something else. So I want you to think of something that you would want to write, send it to me saying this is what I want to write in the card. And then we'll kind of come up with the best case scenario because we want this card to bring him just to a point where he's willing to sit down and talk about your relationship and not be heated and not be arguing and just sit there and respect each other, tell each other how each other feels. Because at the end of the day, I truly believe he still has so many feelings for you. I do feel his heart. This is the first time that I can say that I feel that he has a lot of regret and that he mostly regrets what he did with that woman because he feels that you don't deserve that and you definitely didn't deserve to find that out. Um, so he's ashamed. Um, Normally, when I've read him and asked him questions, he's very like matter of fact and very straight up and not very concerned with emotions. But this is completely different, Michelle. So it feels good. It feels really good. It feels like there's a chance here. Okay. So definitely do that whenever you have time. And then uh, also, we'll figure out if I will look into it tomorrow. If it would be better if you just like slip it on the door, under the door or whatever. Not under the door, but like at the door. Or if you should give it to G to give to him. I will I'll find that out and I'll give you the answer. Okay. Hi Shaylee. I'm getting off right now, but good to see you. And you guys, I'll be back on tomorrow. I think I'm coming on in the early afternoon and then again in the evening, late evening, around 7 or 6. Okay, good night. Real, I just saw your text. I'm going to respond to you right now. Nice meeting you too, Shaylee. Come back. I'm usually on about 5 nights a week. You can hit your notifications, come back. It's a really fun channel. You'll get to know a lot of fun people. So come back another day. I'll be on tomorrow, I'll be on Friday. But hit notifications so that you know. All right, bye. Bye, guys. Thank you.